And I'm not a music producer myself, I just play the music, but I've got lots of music producer friends, and they tell me that the standard tuning pitch for recorded music and for musical instruments for the past several decades has been 440 hertz. A equals 440 hertz. That is the frequency to which instruments are tuned and recorded music is made. And this was introduced, it would appear, during the Second World War by the Nazis, those nice people, in association with the Rockefellers, who attempted to introduce it some 20 years earlier. But it finally came into place towards the end of the Second World War, and it was a kind of Nazi instigation. And they saw to it that 440 was the standard pitch for recorded music. So most recordings that you listen to would have been recorded to that pitch. But producers and musicologists tell you that, in actual fact, 432 is the natural harmonic frequency, and this was the standard tuning pitch prior to 440 being introduced. But it was seen to that 432 got left aside and 440 replaced it. But 432 is the harmonic frequency we hear. And when I first heard that, I wondered to myself where I'd heard those figures before, 432, because it resonated with me in some way. And I remembered reading Graham Hancock's Fingerprints of the Gods. And the reason I remembered the 432 is because in the book, he reveals that the Great Pyramid of Giza is a scale model of the northern hemisphere of the Earth on a scale of 1 to 43,200. And it's related to the phenomenon of precession of the equinoxes. And what you find is that 432 is part of a cosmic sequence which involves various multiples and factors of it. So it can involve 216, half of 432, or 108, which is half again, or 864, which is double. The zeros don't matter, it's the 432 and the 216s that are important. And it turns out that you see 432 and its derivatives cropping up in the movements of the sun, moon, and planets and their dimensions time and time again. One astrological age in a precessional cycle, 2,160 years, so 2 ages is 4320. Turns out the polar diameter of Saturn is 108,000 kilometers, so 108 doubled is 216, doubled is 432. Orbital period, 10,800 days. Great Pyramid in Mexico, an overall base of 864 standard, I always get that word wrong, units, which is twice 432. Diameter of the sun, 864,000 miles. The moon, a diameter of 2,160 miles. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. 864,000 seconds in a day. 432,000 for day, 432,000 for night. 432s, 216s, over and over again, encoded into the universe. Then, something that really blew my mind, I was listening to a Red Ice radio interview with this guy, Marty Leeds, and he's devised this method of gematria, where he matches up numbers to certain letters of the alphabet, starts at A, climbs up to 7 on the letter G, then goes back down from 6 down to 1, splits the alphabet in half, basically. So each letter has a numerical value. And he revealed in this interview that if you take the word Jesus, the values are 4, 5, 666, and if you multiply all of those numbers, 4 by 5 by 6 by 6 by 6, you get 43,200, which leaves me in no doubt that 432 is the harmonic frequency. The universe is speaking to us through these numbers. And there are two possibilities. One is that whoever devised these systems of measurement, hertz, kilometers, and all the rest of it, was fully aware of this and deliberately encoded it into their units. Or the other option, the only other option, as I see it, is that the universe and creation is causing these things to happen synchronistically, and it's talking to us through the numbers. 432